Hey, everybody. Whoever's here. Whoever is here. I was late to the party myself. Late to the party. Late to my own party. Hello, whoever's in here. I'm just getting here now. I was supposed to start these at 7, and I totally forgot. I was working, and I just got home not too long ago, and it didn't matter because I couldn't have made it anyway. But if you are there, you could say hello. I don't expect a whole lot of people to be here, being as I totally started 2 hours later than usual. If you guys are in here and you want to chat, go on ahead. Do 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 boop 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 boop. Look at Yoda's face. Look at Yoda's face. Look at Yoda's face. Do 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 boop do 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 boop. I'm just gonna play trailer reactions until I see people come in.
What's popping?
If it is even playing.
What time it is? Star Wars Celebration. I still haven't been to sleep. It is 3:12 a.m. on Saturday morning, and yeah, they're about to show the teaser. I cut off, came in here to record my reaction to it. The panel was awesome. Stephen Colbert was dope, but I was like, I can't watch this now.
Hello.
I really want to. Like,
can anyone hear me?
So, you guys ready? Because I'm ready. Here we go.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Oh my god. This shit looks incredible already.
He's passed on all we know.
Oh, you hear that? You hear the voice? Oh,
Some generations to be now.
What's flying towards her? Oh, Kylo shit?
But this is your fight.
Ooh. Every generation has a legend. I got chilled right now. Holy shit. Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm just watching people reacting to it until delivering. I love you. Hello. Sai, the O'Hare delivery guy. Holy shit, that's loud. Sai, the O'Hare. I love that name. And I'm happy I could pronounce it. It looked like it was going to be a challenge. What's up, bud? I usually do these at 7 and I work too late. So now my usual crowd of people, I think, thinks I'm not doing this tonight. But I'm going to go on anyway because I'm going to be watching trailers and stuff and I might as well do it live. Maybe I'll meet some new people. Are you a subscriber, sir? I feel like I've seen your name pop up in the comments. I could be wrong, but I feel like I've seen your name pop up. We could have a one-on-one chat since you're, well, there's a couple people in the room, but no one else is talking to me. I literally have just been watching nonstop Star Wars reaction trailers and breakdown videos. So, yeah. I don't know if you're even still in the room.
Yo, that shot was sick. Oh, he's fixing his shit? Sick.
Who are you again?
Hey, Lando, let's go, my guy.
I am Viewmaster Reactions. Viewmaster Reactions. I do all sorts of trailers, movies, music, everything, gaming. Are you really? Yes, I am, Alan. How are you, sir? I think that's I believe it is a lie. I am a constant liar. I was actually viewing Master Lyman. I'm currently watching other reactors react to Star Wars because I'm curious to see if people pick up. I usually watch the reactors that are like uh that know their stuff because I'm curious to see if they pick up things that I missed the first go around. I thought it was awesome, Alan. I feel like fanboys like me find it amazing. I feel like the real critics that are like deep in the lore and stuff are like, this cannot be possible. But I thought it was pretty damn cool. Are you the master of viewing or the viewing? I feel like I know you, Sai. You joke like a friend of mine. I feel like I know you. Trailer just reminds me of how good the yeah. Honestly, Alan, as soon as the song I watched it with Jesse over on the side, and as soon as the music kicked in, I was like, oh my god, it's like you instantly get the reminiscent feels. I believe that was Leia's song though. I'm not positive, but I feel that that was John Williams' like theme for Leia, which was kind of a nice little tribute, especially since they gave her a little hug. But if it does, they're always Marvel. Yeah, no, I I honestly have faith in JJ. Of all the newest Star Wars movies, Force Awakens is probably my favorite. Rogue One was really good, but I have faith in JJ Abrams. He made Lost, and Lost is iconic forever. So I will always stick by JJ Abrams. Marvel, though, Endgame's coming out. Game of Thrones this weekend. You're caught up, right, Alan? Caught up on Game of Thrones. You watch Game of Thrones, Sai? And Sai, who are you? I know you. I must know you. And Lost answered, true. Alan, don't put these evil thoughts in my mind. JJ Abrams did leave a lot of yeah, but see, he left a lot of unanswered things, but it still wasn't horrible how he ended it. I didn't dislike the ending of Lost. A lot of people frowned upon it, but it didn't tell a lot. But in all actuality, I didn't hate it, and I have faith in Mr. Abrams. He did good with everything he does is pretty good. Cloverfield and all that. You want to recap the last season of Game of Thrones? There are a lot. Oh my god, recap of see. I rewatch it so much I can't even remember how did season 7 start? Season 6 ended where he was king of the North, I think. Is that yeah, season 6 is when he was king of the North, Battle of the Bastards. So then 7, yeah, there's a bit. It got a lot of dragon stuff. But yeah, Game of Thrones is coming back, and I should be more excited. But Endgame is also so close. I know. That's why when the Star Wars thing came out, I'm like so hyped for Endgame. And I'm like, all I've been watching is Marvel and stuff like that. That seeing Star Wars just put me in like another mood. And I'm like, I'm not ready to be excited for another thing yet. I've Game of Thrones this week. Endgame 2 weeks later. I'm not ready to be excited about so many franchises at once. It's overwhelming. But they did time it good, I guess. It is like a nice little gap, like right before Game of Thrones starts. Because once Game of Thrones starts, the hype train is just going to continue through the summer. So they're trying to get the jump on Endgame and Game of Thrones before they take hold of the entire world. I only have so much excite. Only too much excite. We can only expend it too much excite. Alan, I'm assuming you saw the trailer, Alan, and Sai, you could put your input here too. When you first saw it, did you know at the end that was the Death Star and the Emperor? Because I have watched about 20 people react to it, and I would say like 10% of the people realize it's the Death Star, and like maybe 25% figure it's the Emperor. Like even diehard fans are like, what am I looking at when they see the Death Star? And then the Emperor laughs and everyone's like, who's laughing? And I'm like, granted, I am a huge fan, but as soon as the cackle started with the maniacal laughter, I'm like, oh my God, it's Palpatine. And as soon as they showed the Death Star with the dome, like the inserted dome thing, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, that's the Death Star shattered on another planet. Like, I'm like, I thought it was extremely obvious, but I'm finding that a lot of people didn't realize. How many episodes is there this season? I only have so much excite. But like, you didn't notice the first time and someone told you, or on the rewatch, you realized that it was Alan? That's what I watched 2 or 3 reactions and people were like, I immediately thought they were like making a spoof and that was the Joker's laugh. So there were other people that thought that even if you're lying, people really did say they thought it was the Joker laughing and that it was like a little toss in as a spoof. And the Game of Thrones is only 7 episodes, Alan. Maybe 6. I think it's 7. It's no more than 7, though. Hamill's Joker laugh. That'd be hilarious. See, no one said that. People said they thought it was the laugh from the Joker trailer, the new one. But I forgot that Hamill did the Joker laugh. I mean, I didn't forget, but I wasn't realizing. But they're 1.5 hours each. I think there's 7 hours, and from what I heard, the first 2 episodes are 70 minutes each, and then the middle ones are like $1.20, and then I think the last 1 or 2 are like feature length movies, basically. But a lot of people got pissed off because they're like, "You promised us seven episodes of feature length film, and the first 2 are only 1 hour and 10, and the second 2 are like 1 hour and 20." So it's like, all right, sorry guys, we cheated you out of like 20 minutes, but those 20 minutes could have been like another half an episode. So I get why people are kind of pissed because they're thinking, yeah, you gave us 7 episodes. They're supposed to be feature length and now they're not. So you kind of cheated us out of 30 minutes of content. But hey, is what it is. There's no pleasing. Nope, there is not. I just hope they don't have like filler. I hope that it is nonstop explanations of story and lore and goes right into like all out battle. I hope it's not. I mean, they have so much they got to sum up. I'm assuming they're going to go like all out, just like summing up things, having battles and war and whatnot. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. I feel like people were waiting for 7 o'clock and 7 o'clock came and went and I wasn't here. And then I got home, totally forgot, sat down, watched some trailer reactions. I'm like, oh shit. Ray's like, I made you that thumbnail. You got to go up. I'm like, oh crap. I totally forgot. Ow. I'm assuming, Alan, that you realized that was Billy D. Williams. A lot of people didn't realize that either. A lot of people were like, who's the like chubby guy in the plane with Chewbacca? And I'm like, the chubby guy in the plane with Chewbacca. That's like the most insulting thing I ever heard. Yeah, it's gonna be I'm supposed to do it every Friday. Well, I'm supposed to, like I'm contracted. I've been doing it every Friday at 7 p.m. I did it the last 3 or 4 weeks, and the same group of people, like 8, 9 strong, were following me every week, and then I'd get like 10 or 20 more, give or take. But I totally missed the boat on this one. Yeah, Colt 45 is back. How insulting do you think Billy D. Williams would feel? How insulted if he was in a room with one of those reactors? It's like, hey, look, it's Chewbacca and some chubby older guy. And it's Billy D. Williams, who is the original Lando Calrissian. He is the chubby older guy. Oh, I maybe too much Colt 45, Alan. He's packing on the Colt 45 poundage. How old is Billy D. Williams? Billy D. Williams, I mean, given he's probably like in his 70s, he looked pretty good. He's got to be in his 70s. I'm going to look this thing up. I'm still wondering who Cy the delivery guy is. I know I must know Cy the delivery guy. Yo, you think they brought him back to just kill him? And that's what people were like, as soon as they saw Lando, like the other reactors I saw, people were like, please tell me that you didn't bring Lando back just to pull out our heartstrings and he's going to like, well, yeah, I guess he could crash the Falcon. I was going to say, could he crash the Falcon? I'm thinking like the Solo movie's like a future movie, but yeah, watch him and Chewbacca just, I hope they don't kill Chewbacca either. Now that I think of it, that'd be pretty sad. I don't want to see Chewbacca die. I don't want to see Lando die. Lando? Yeah, no, it's a different guy. He's the guy who delivers size to the Ninja Turtle. Is that Cy the O'Hare delivery guy? That'd be amazing. And O'Hare is like Irish sounding, but it could be like it could be like Bucky O'Hare. I meant Bucky O'Hare, the cartoon with the rabbit, made me think of Yosagi Yojimbo from the Ninja Turtles, which was incorporated in your thing. He's deliveries Bucky O'Hare's too. Yes, I totally agree. I feel like Ray had a theory that he said he thought 7 o'clock. I mean, he goes where no ordinary rabbit would dare, of course. Ray had a theory, Alan, that he was like, me and him were trying to pick what would be the best time to do live streams. And he said, I think 7, because by 9 o'clock, I think everyone's getting ready to go out to hit the bars for the weekend. So he said 7 must be perfect because people get home from work, they eat dinner, they shower, and then they got like a couple hours of downtime before they go that they just want to like mellow out. I think Ray had that down to a science because even at 7, when I would do like split second, like spur of the moment reactions like this or live streams like this, I'd get like 20 people. Top 10 sounds about right. Yeah. I feel like I was like, I don't know, Ray. That sounds a little specific, but I think he's on the money. Yeah, I know. That's that's what I was thinking when Ray was saying it. I'm like, what? I'm home on YouTube at 9 o'clock on a Friday, and I'm like, is this what my life's become? I'm not just the guy on YouTube. I'm actually the guy on YouTube. I'm not like just the guy watching YouTube anymore. I am actually the guy on YouTube talking to you because I've been on YouTube so long. But I honestly, I was like literally like, this is life now. It is. And I honestly, I am content. I get a nice little beverage. I have dinner. I watch videos. I talk to new people. Even though there's a slim drought today, at least it's fun and I'm home safe. I can't get into bar fights or DUIs or anything of that nature. Definitely a safer bet in this spectrum of life. But what do you think, Alan? Here's a question for you. Who do you think they're talking when they say Rise of the Skywalker? Do you think that Rey is a Skywalker? I'm assuming that's what they're leading us up to, but is it too obvious? I don't know. I think Rey being the Skywalker is too even though I think she is. I feel like that's not what they're getting at. A lot of people are like, what if they're going the road of they're going like the same direction as Endgame, where it might be a darker ending? What if Kylo ends up being the rising Skywalker, because he is a Skywalker technically, even though he was a Solo last name, it was Leia's kid. What if Kylo ends up winning and Palpatine helps him and the dark side prevails? Could they possibly end the saga on it being the evil dark side winning? I don't know. I would honestly really like that. I would give them credit. I would say they have big cojones for even pulling something like that. I don't think they ever would, though. Especially, I would think they'd be more likely to do that if Disney didn't take over. But being as Disney took over, I don't see. But then again, Disney owns Marvel too, and they ended Infinity War on a downer. I don't know. Everything always goes back to Disney in my mind. Like, Disney is a business. They're there to make money. And will they make more money by a negative ending or more money by pleasing the younger audience and making like a happy, peaceful little la-di-da type ending? I don't know. I think it would be cool if they went dark. They still got to have happy endings. I know. Disney would never. Hey, Guillermo. How you doing, bud? I believe you've commented on some of my stuff. Your name looks familiar. Disney would never give a bad ending to a massive franchise. Yeah, that's my thing. If it wasn't Disney, I could see anything happening. But being it's Disney, same like Endgame. If it wasn't for Disney owning Marvel, I would be like, Endgame should end dark. It should end dark, go into like a Secret Wars type thing, and then have like alternate universes collide. But I feel like Disney's going to like sprinkle some pixie dust on it and make it all better. But I don't know. I hope they don't. What's up, Steph? The last Star Wars movie I watched was Attack of the Clones, so I could offer nothing of substance. Steph, how dare you? No, how you doing, Steph? The last Star Wars movie I watched was Attack of the I'm assuming you watched the originals though, right? Because some people say I watched the prequels first and stopped there. So like I'm assuming you've seen the originals, Attack of the Clones. So you haven't seen the newer stuff. No big deal. No big deal. I was just watching a reactor before. There was if you guys watched, oh yeah, I watched all the originals when I was a kid. Okay. Then you're fine in my book because the prequels were my least favorite, and Force Awakens and Rogue One were probably the only new ones I liked. Solo was okay, but it was unneeded in the episode saga. But what was I going to say? I watched all the originals. I forgot what I was going to say. I don't know, guys. What did you, Guillermo, if you're still here, what did you think of the trailer? Did you dig it? I saw some people that hating on it. Like, I don't know if you guys watch other reactors, but there's like Jody's Corner. Jody reamed the trailer. He was like D-, and only because Star Wars is in the title, I won't give it an F. And I was like, he is quite harsh. I think my favorite part of the teaser release is all the prequel memes. yeah, exactly. Jody always reams. I know, Steph, like, I watch all of Jody's reactions just because I expect him to just flip a shit on it. But like the other day I watched Lion King, he does a reaction to Lion King. I swear he started almost crying and gave it an A+ instantly. It might have been the most positive reaction to a trailer I ever saw. But then I'm like, oh, maybe that was like 2 days ago. I'm like, maybe he's in a good mood this week. I watched Star Wars and I'm like, nope, it's back. Omar Guillermo. So you're a Wire fan, I'm assuming. You're big on the Wire. That's probably where I saw comments. Sorry if I haven't been answering a lot of comments, guys. As the channel is growing, I'm getting like, no joke, like 1,000 comments a day. And I've also increased my workload. As the weather gets nicer, my workload increases. So it's like, as my workload's increasing, the channel's getting bigger and I can't keep up. I'm still keeping to my schedule and getting my videos out, but it is creating a bit of a toll. I'm not used to such a thing. I've done the same thing for like 20 years. Throwing this into the mix was not what I expected, but I enjoy it and I love it, which is why I still do it. What's the big deal with new Lion King? Did you see the trailer, Alan? What's the big deal with Lion King? Did you see it, Alan? Did you see the trailer? The newest one is much better, I think, than the other ones. And the new one gives you all the feels. It gives you the original, like all like the little scenes where they're dancing on the log through the moon and Hakuna Matata and all that stuff. You are the only person who has reacted to The Wire on YouTube. Yeah, Guillermo, I don't know if you've watched like my earlier videos or I'm assuming if you're a Wire person, you probably did. But in the beginning, I specifically chose to do YouTube in general because I was like, the only major show I could think of that's on like long-term, I'm talking long-term shows. The biggest one I could think of that I've never seen was The Wire. I've pretty much seen every major TV show that isn't like anything newer. But like I'd say 5 years back before that, I've seen pretty much everything that is on everyone's top 10 except The Wire. The Wire is like one of those shows that when I talk TV to people, it constantly pops up in conversation. So I was like, maybe I'll do an abridged rewatch. I'll just watch a reactor do it because I've done that once or twice with shows I didn't care too much about. I've watched reactors react to them and I've just done like, it's basically a footnotes of TV without having to blow through because I'm like, that's a lot of episodes. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And watching reactors as much as I do, I realized, holy crap, no one has reacted to The Wire. So I joked with my brother, and my brother's never seen The Wire. So we both basically agreed. He was like, you do the channel and I will watch them and I'll touch up the videos and we'll just see like what happens. So it was kind of like a joke to start. And it was basically for a way for me and my brother to watch The Wire together. But this is what it turned into. 6 times now. Guillermo, you sound like me with Lost with The Wire. Lost, I've got to be on 7 or 8 times from beginning to end. Favorite show of all time. The Wire, great show. Don't get me wrong. I have to see how it finishes out. I can't give my accurate opinion on the ranking before I know, but it's definitely, it's even up till now. And people have told me I haven't even hit the best parts of The Wire, but even up till now, I would say it's probably in my top 20. If I had to just like think like without really narrowing it down, the show's probably in my top 20 shows of all time already. And I'm not even halfway through season 3. I'm not even halfway through the series. So I just love the characters. I love the story building. I love the writing. Everything is great. It's a phenomenal show. So based on that, I mean, I just off the top of my head, I can't think of 15 shows that are better. So maybe it's in the top 15. It's maybe not in my top 10 yet because I've seen a lot of shows. So it might not have hit the top 10 yet, but it's probably in the 15 or 20. Most people have watched The Wire back when it came out or soon after before. That's what Ray said, Alan. Ray was saying no one's reacting to it because everyone saw it when like there wasn't streaming. Like shows that came out before there were streaming, like usually people gather together on the couch Sunday nights, watch The Sopranos, watch The Wire. I don't know how I missed The Wire. Like literally, I remember getting around with the family, watching The Sopranos. I remember watching Oz weekly, but that wasn't with the family. I remember like even Boardwalk Empire shows like that. I remember like gathering around and watching it as groups, but like nowadays you watch it because it streams on Netflix. You get boom, instantaneous seasons. So people are less likely to watch it as a group with the fam. What do we got here? Season 4 was my fave. Yeah, see, Alan, I feel I've talked to a lot of people about The Wire, and some people tell me 2's the best season. Some tell me 3, some tell me 4. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say 5 or 1 was the best seasons, which kind of worries me about the conclusion because season 5 is the last season. And most people either, I will say a couple people said season 2. No one said season 1. No one said season 5. The majority is split between 3 and 4, I want to say, season wise for The Wire. Speaking of reactions, Simple Reactions put up the rest of season 6 today. Just finished watching them. He's going to put up all of season 7 tomorrow on Sunday. Steph, I literally was watching Simple Reactions. I watched part 1 of Battle of the Bastards. That's how far I am with him. Every time someone reacts to Game of Thrones, I'm assuming, Steph, you are just like me. Every time a reactor starts Game of Thrones, I follow them. There are currently, I can't remember the name of them, but you probably know, Steph. It is a wife and a husband whose the daughter makes them react. I watch them. I watch Sis Nerdly and I watch Simple Reactions, but I just have to always see a reactor react to Game of Thrones. There are so many great reactions in Game of Thrones that I just got to follow people. I mean, if you count the reactions I've watched, I've probably seen Game of Thrones through like 20 times by now, but it's like abridged, but it's all the important stuff that's crazy. So it's definitely a lot of knowledge. That's how I pick up all the stuff I do with Game of Thrones. I probably know more about Game of Thrones than Lost at this point, because the problem is with Lost is hardly people react to it because, like Alan said about The Wire, Lost is an older show that most people have seen. So there is a lot more people reacting to Game of Thrones than Lost. Alf reactions. You should do Alf reactions. I don't remember Alf. I know what Alf is. I think I even have like a pull string Alf stuffed animal, but I don't remember I don't remember episodes of the show. I think I was too young to like actually remember them in my mind, but I don't know if there'll be a following for Alf reactions. Reaction vids seem to really take off. Everyone posted their unsuspecting friends reacting to the red wedding. Yeah. Is that really reactions vids seem to really take off? Yeah. Is that real, Alan? Is that like an actual statistic? Like that's when people started digging reaction videos? Because that probably is around when I started watching. That was probably like, I've only been watching reactors for like 2 or 3 years. And that was like probably 4 or 5 years ago. Make good reaction. What old school shows would make good reaction videos? See, like Alan, I was thinking I've done it in the polls. Steph, I think, was in the poll. I think she voted. A lot of people said The Shield. The Shield is a much older show. I think The Shield is the same time as The Wire, maybe even older. That's how I've been recapping before the new season starts, just watching reactions. Terabyte Reactions is a good one too. Terabyte. I don't know if I've seen that one. Terabyte Reactions. It might have come up in the bottom. I might have seen it in passing because it does sound slightly familiar, but I definitely didn't see him. I gotta check that out. I'll thank you, Steph, because people had crazy and visceral reactions to just that. Oh yeah, reaction videos begin with two girls, one cup. Yes, if you want to call that a I mean, well, it's definitely a reaction. Very, very true. Two girl that was a long time ago. When was Two Girls One Cup? I feel like that was like at almost like a decade ago. Got to be like what, 10 years, maybe longer. Two Girls One Cup. I like put it this way. Just the fact that I have to think about it, it's got to be like over a decade ago. But that wasn't the kind of reactions I'm into. I'm more into the trailers and movies and stuff like that. Speaking of movies, 2007. Oh my God, 12 years ago. Holy crap. Speaking of movies, has anybody seen Hellboy? I saw it last night. I was going to do a review, but it doesn't look like a lot of people care. Hey, what's up, Sarah? Twin Peaks could be an old show that might have fun reactions. Sarah, I'm sad to say that right before I started doing reactions, I marathon Twin Peaks for the first time. I'd never seen Twin Peaks before, and I literally was like not expecting to dig it. I was expecting to watch like an episode or two and be like, not for me. I binge watched season 1 and 2 and the TV movies in like a night because it was amazing. But I would have I wish I reacted to that because Twin Peaks has some insanity going on. Like that would be an amazing show to do a reaction to. I don't think I've seen anyone do it either. I think I've seen reactors react to the newer season of Twin Peaks, but I don't think I've seen people react to old Twin Peaks. I wish I could. What's up, Alibaba? I know my ex-boyfriend sent me that Two Girls One over 10 years ago. No mystery as to why he's an ex. What, Steph? You don't appreciate a loving video sent by your ex? It's like, honey, I'm gonna be late for dinner, but here's something to hold you off. Sopranos, yeah, Alan. I have definitely. Sorry, guys, I had to clear my throat. I was definitely. I've seen Sopranos 6 or 7 times through from beginning to end. Watched every reactor on. That's another one though. There's not a lot of people that react to that one, but I've watched every reactor that has. I think the last one I did was American Mom. American Mom does like a great reaction to Sopranos. She's actually one of the reactors that helped me in the beginning. Some of you, I think Steph, I think you might have came from American Mom. I might be wrong, but I know you've been around for a while, and American Mom helped me like get my first like 150, 200 subscribers. I was at a measly 20 subscribers at that day. Now I'm almost up to, I think I might be almost at 700 or something. I'm getting up there. Getting up there, guys. Alibaba, do you allow people on some Discord Hangouts convo to join your live stream for additional audio debate? I haven't done such a thing, Alibaba. I don't even know how to begin. I'm not they're still, I've only been around for 2 months and I'm still learning stuff. I haven't really used, the only time I've used Discord is with some friends when I'm playing WoW, but I haven't really dove too deep into that. I mean, eventually I'll probably mess around with it, but not as of yet. Love me, love my boo. I'm still holding out hope for Banshee and Battlestar. Steph, it will happen. I promise you, those will happen. Even if it takes me it won't take me 5 years, but eventually I will be doing all those shows. Every show that I've mentioned or every show that has been on a poll, at some point in time, I will watch and react to, because at this point, now that I've done this as much as I have, I hate watching stuff without reacting to it. Cause I'm always like, deep down in my head, I'm always like, what if I react? I mean, what if I watch this and it's like the greatest reaction I ever had and now I miss it? And I don't want to be dishonest and lie and be like, oh, now I got to rewatch that. So now I just record everything I watch. Like literally my TV is right here. So you guys see when I do watch alongs and stuff, I'm this way. But I don't know. Based on the fact that I've been doing YouTube and stuff, I've always had my setup like this. But based on the fact that I've been doing this as much as I have and everything, I might start rearranging stuff. I actually have a guest room behind the wall over here that is never used. It's used once a year for my brother. But I'm honestly thinking about, I do construction. So I'm thinking about blowing out this wall, making a doorway with like kind of like hotels have, where it has like a double-sided door where I can lock it when my brother visits. But when he's not around, I could take it off the hinges and have an office made in there for when he's not around. I don't know. I'm honestly, this is growing to the point where I'm enjoying it enough where I kind of want to do more stuff like that. So it'll also give you guys a better background. I don't know what you guys think of the background. It's always my bed, but there's always like clever things like Pikachu back there and Jason and Pokeball, B8, BB8. But it is my bedroom nonetheless. It isn't like if I'm going to continue to do this, it'd be cooler to do in a office type setting with like posters and stuff. What do we got? Discord and invite people to a group call hangouts and invite people to a group / Skype and invite people to group call. Alibaba. Discord and invite people to a group. I get what you're saying. I will eventually probably do stuff like that. Jay was on our Discord, but wasn't there most of the time. We could hear Jay's. Yeah, see, Alan played WoW with me. Alan is an old friend of mine. He has played WoW with me. Like every now and then I go on these binges where I play WoW for like a half a year and I play it 20 hours a day, like an addiction. And Alan and my cousins and my brother and my other friend would go on and we Discord. And I would literally just watch TV while they would talk and I'd be like raiding with them and totally mess up their whole game. Not mess up their whole game, but definitely not help their game. Let's put it that way. I'd be like lagging behind. I'd like get stuck on a movie and be like, oh shit, where are you guys? I'd have to like sprint back up the tower. Then Alan or someone would have to come back down. Alan and my cousin and my brother are extremely OP at that game. They're very good. They've been playing forever. I'm like the redheaded stepchild that just kind of like follows them around. And it's like, I'm sorry, but hey, I try my best. No, I don't. But I pretend to try my best. But what do we got? We could hear Jay's TV through. I watched Wire videos on here and your first reaction popped up in my suggestions one day. It's cool. You got a bump from American Mom, though. She's a nice lady. Yeah, Steph, American Mom. It was one of those things, not going to lie. When I started doing the YouTube thing, I got drunk one night and I literally just like saw that she had her email there. And I was like, hey, why not do this? Never would have tried it if I was sober, but I was like, she reacts to, I've watched all her reactions to Game of Thrones, Lost. That's how I found American Mom, Lost. So I watched all her reactions. And one night I literally was just like watching a reaction. And at the bottom of the thing, I saw like, she was like, email me or something like that if you have a question. I don't even remember exactly. All I know is I emailed her and was like, hey, I'm a New Orleans fan and she's a Southern, it was originally Southern Mom. So I'm like, I'm a New Orleans fan and you're a Southern Mom. So you want to help a new reactor? And she literally got back to me the next day and was like, I'm making a video and I'm going to promote and I'm going to like throw it up on my channel and like send it out there. Blew my mind because I literally had like 20 subscribers at that point. And out of the 20, I probably 18 were my friends and family. So that was pretty cool of her. And honestly, the next day I went to like 150, 200 subscribers. So definitely gave me a hell of a boost and I appreciated it. I got to email her at some point because me and her were going back and forth for like a couple weeks. And then I kind of like got so busy with everything that I haven't reached out to her. Not that I need her help or, well, I mean, I always appreciate help, but not that I need it or anything, but just to say thank you and see what's up. Like, I don't want her to think like I just used her like, thanks American Mom, peace. Like, I don't want to be that kind of person. Jay started making his bed because of reaction videos. What are you talking about? This bed, I never sleep in it. I just stopped sleeping in my bed, Alan. I don't make that thing anymore. I sleep on the floor right here because I don't want to have to make my bed every day. Playing WoW with Jay is mostly yelling at him to stop his pet from taunting off the tank. I feel I've neglected WoW at this point. WoW, I go from I like Pokemon Go. That's another one. I have so much time invested. I haven't picked up Pokemon Go in like 3 weeks. People at the arcade are like, dude, do you have the new shinies? And I'm like, I don't even know what shinies are out now. I'm so behind on all that. I'm definitely neglecting some fans of Pokemon Go, but hey, this is more fun right now, and I'm actually enjoying it. So whatever. But you guys have any questions or anything? Feel free to ask. If you guys want to talk about Star Wars, that's the thing. Steph, what do you think of Star Wars? I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan, but maybe, I mean, you usually are on my live streams regardless. But did you see the caption and be like, I need to talk to Jay about Star Wars? Work at the arcade and you're behind on gaming. For shame. I know. It's a different kind of gaming, though, I guess. Oh. So are you hyped, Alan? Are you hyped for the new Star Wars? Or are you basically the same spot you've been? What do I think the plot's going to be? I want to know what you think, but what do I think the plot's going to be? Did you watch my reaction, Alan? Did you watch my reaction just out of curiosity? Because I said my theory at the end and I don't want to reiterate it if you did, but if you didn't, I will tell you again. I cautiously optimistic. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm cautiously optimistic myself. But if you did not see my reaction, I will tell you my theory right now, or not my theory, other theories. I'm just going to tell you because I don't want to wait. In my reaction, the theory going around right now, if you guys, this is all theory, guys. So if I'm right, spoiler alert for my psychic abilities or others. I don't know. It's like Palpatine is back. How is this going to work? All right. I have dug deep and watched background stories, like breakdowns, everything from the majority of the fandom. Before this trailer even came out, this is what I was told. And I didn't think it was possible, but based on the trailer, it totally holds water now. The theory is that in Empire Strikes Back, when Luke got his arm chopped off by Vader, it went down that pit. The same pit that Vader then threw Palpatine down. The theory is that Palpatine lived, somehow stopped himself from like hitting the ground or whatever and caught something or whatnot. I don't know the details, but he didn't die. And when down there, found Luke's arm, took Luke's arm, went into hiding for 40, 50 years. Everyone thinks he's dead. And he has used Luke's arm because it was so freshly chopped that he cloned Rey using Luke's arm. That is the theory that was spun to me before I even watched the trailer today. Now you watch the trailer and I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. How are they going to bring Palpatine back? That's crazy fan fiction. Then they have Palpatine laugh at the end. We see the Death Star from the second Death Star crashed into the, whatever that is, some planet in the ocean. And now the theory is much more plausible. So this is all Luke's fault. Basically, yeah. Which also is why the rise of Skywalker could be Rey. Because if that theory is true, then Rey doesn't have parents because she was created through cloning and is technically a Skywalker and kind of Rey's daughter, even though I don't know if you'd call a clone of yourself a daughter. But that is basically the theory I heard before I saw the trailer. Now watching the trailer, that theory makes a whole lot of sense. I have a theory for you. What's up, Alibaba? Here's what's going to happen, in my opinion. They're doing a Jedi Academy story, perhaps accidentally, not on purpose, except they swapped characters. Palpatine's ghost is bound to the Death Star remains. I did hear something similar to that, Alibaba. I heard one reactor say that he thinks Palpatine screaming or cackling at the end was a hint that he is a Force ghost and that he won't actually be alive. So I've heard that. The whatchamacallit? The only thing is someone told me that in lore, this I never heard. I'll read the rest of yours, Alibaba, in a second. But someone told me, I don't know if this is correct, but someone told to me that Sith Lords cannot be Force ghosts, that there's some kind of hidden law or code or lore that prevents Sith Lords, or I'm assuming the Emperor, because he's a Sith Lord type person, even if he's not, that prevent them from being Force ghosts. So if that's true, I don't know, but I have heard that theory. What do we got? Steph, no, I didn't watch it. I figure I'll watch all of the new Star Wars movies one day. I haven't seen any of them yet. All right. I guess you wouldn't be hyped to watch the trailer. I know a lot of people no one in the audience of 7 people or 8 people that are here now kill me. But Steph, don't feel bad that you haven't seen all the Star Wars, because I have only seen like 2 or 3 Star Treks. I feel like in the beginning, a lot of you might know that. I think Steph actually might know that. I think I said this in live streams before, but Star Trek, I just never watched. Nothing against it. It's not like I watched them and hated them. I just never got into Star Trek. Same with Battlestar Galactica. Never seen it. Stuff like that. According to Alibaba still here. So there is going to be a cult surrounding Palpatine's ghost. Kylo's ex-buddies are joining that cult. That's why Kylo, as Supreme Leader, does not want Palpatine to come back. He's going to try to stop the cult. His ex-buddies. Kylo's ex-buddies. Alibaba, are you talking about the Knights of Ren? Are you talking when you're saying Kylo's ex-buddies? Are you talking about the Knights of Ren? At the same time, Rey and the Resistance cannot allow either Kylo or Palpatine to reign. It's going to be a 3-way war. I heard, very likely Knights of Ren. Okay. Alibaba, I heard that theory. Yeah, I heard something similar to that too, where basically it's like Kylo and Rey have to kind of join forces to fight Palpatine. Someone said that Palpatine, if Palpatine is still alive, and that's not just his ghost, but I guess in your case, you're saying even if it's his ghost, that he will be so strong that allowing him to take over would be like the worst case scenario. So Kylo and Rey will kind of join forces, even though they're not liking each other's stance on the thing as a whole. But it's going to be a 3-way war. I think I missed someone in there. Something about the Sith being too focused on the physical. Oh, okay. So that's why they can't do the Force ghost thing. Star Trek, I haven't seen any of the Star Trek episodes, and only 3 movies. And one of the 3 was the new movie. I might have seen 4 movies, counting the new movie. Palpatine is not alive. It is a ghost that can be brought back, just like Marka Ragnaros. The Sith Lord were being brought back to life by Tavin and Jedi Academy game. Okay. Alibaba, I never played the Jedi Academy. I never played those Star Wars games. I just wasn't gaming at the time, so I missed out. But people told me about that series and stuff, so I'm familiar with what you're talking about. Just the Marco being bound to his tomb in that game. Palpatine is bound to the remains of the Death Star. Yeah, see, like people were saying, like they're going to take pieces of different books and lore from the Star Wars universe and kind of put it together to get to that point. Alibaba, I could totally see what you're saying being real. And honestly, I would lean more towards you are correct. Based on what I've read and what I know and what I've seen, it sounds as plausible as anything I've seen. Star Trek is all about TV. The Star Wars games had great story. I have heard they have great story. I've almost gone to the extent of going back and playing old Star Wars games before I've even played new games, because I've heard how great they actually are. But I never have time to do anything, guys. Between working 18 jobs and raising 56 children, I don't have any children. And I don't have 18 jobs. I have 17 jobs. Going to take a little sip of my tea here. You could just watch all Let's Play of the... You could just watch a Let's Play of the game. Yeah, see, I should do that. Alan, I might do that tomorrow. I think I have a light day tomorrow. Maybe I'll react to people playing the game. The reason why we're seeing so many planets is because the cult is going to the The reason why we're seeing so many planets is because the cult is going to race against Kylo Ren's First Order and Rey with the resistance to grab the necessary artifacts from different planets. The reason why we're seeing so many what artifacts though, Alibaba? Did I miss something? What artifacts would they be racing around to get? Like Sith type artifacts to resurrect Palpatine? Like are you saying that there's a way to resurrect him and the cult is doing that? Because the cult is going to race against Kylo. Getting lazy in old age. In the game, it was a certain staff. I'm not sure what they will go with. Okay. I get you. So they'll explain it. It's not explained yet. I get it. Getting too lazy in our old age. Don't even spend time playing games. Just watch someone play games. Very true, Alan. I would much rather watch. My fingers can't handle the button mashing anymore. My reflexes aren't what they used to be. Although I did play, honestly, I played Mega Man from beginning to end the other night. And I got all the way to the second form of Dr. Wily on one guy, first shot. So I still got my old school NES skills. I was always good at jumpy shooters, side scrollers. What was I going to ask? I was just going to ask something. Alibaba, you have a lot of knowledge of this. Are you if you don't mind me asking how old you are, just out of curiosity, because I'm curious if you're a new fan or an old fan. I am 37. I am not 22. Oh, that's awesome. Then I love that you're much younger than me and you seem very passionate about the world of Star Wars. That's very uplifting to know that younger generations are still holding it in high esteem. In the game, it was a certain staff. The game had a staff that collected the Force by siphoning the darkness from certain old Sith tombs all around the galaxy. And then in the last act of the story, they unleashed the darkness in the tomb. That sounds freaking awesome. That I don't remember hearing about, but that sounds pretty freaking cool. Is that one of the games that has a lot of cinematic sequences, Alibaba? Is there like something out? Because now I'm curious to like watch if there is something to watch. I'm just waiting for the new Elder Scrolls game. It's taking so long. I might be dead by the time it comes out. I've last played Oblivion. I think Oblivion for 360 was the last Elder Scrolls game I played. And I honestly cannot even remember half of it, if any of it. But definitely addictive game. Definitely an addictive game, guys. Well, as are most games. Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy didn't have many cutscenes, and it's quite old. It happens a few years after episode 6 with Luke running an academy. Okay. So that was so I'm thinking of Knights of the Republic or something. I think I'm thinking of Knights of the Republic or maybe The Force Unleashed. A game that you could watch cutscenes from literally like a movie would be The Force Unleashed 1 and 2. Maybe I'm thinking of that. Was Knights of the Republic cutscenes? Because I might be thinking of Knights of the Republic. It was the one that the girl was like a dark Jedi. And I'm pretty sure it had cutscenes. Maybe that's Unleashed. But that's one like I said, I've never played any of them, so I don't know which is which. If anything, I know it's from friends or people telling me because they know I love Star Wars lore and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of what else. There's something else I wanted to bring up. Did any of you, Steph, what new stuff have you been up to? You watched the Lion King trailer, Steph? I don't know if you're into Disney type stuff. But the Lion King trailer, I thought was absolutely adorable. Definitely my favorite of the Lion King trailer so far. Very reminiscent of the animated film. A lot of scenes that were like cut, like it looked like it was taken right out of it. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Beautiful dreamer. Oh, I have to say. And Steph, do you, just out of curiosity, Alibaba, Steph, Alan, well, I know Alan watches it. Do you guys watch Game of Thrones? Are you going to be joining me this Sunday? Do Do you have the original voice actors? Do they have the original voice actors? I don't know. Oh, there's like a ton more that's written. A game that could watch cutscenes. Oh, no, that wasn't. A girl being Dark Jedi would maybe be the main character, Bastilia Shane, when she was turned to the dark side in the last act of Star Wars The Knights of the Old Republic 1. Do they have the original voice actor? I think that is what I'm thinking of. It's very possible that's what I'm thinking of. Not sure, though. You a fan of Game of Thrones, Alibaba? Or are you just hardcore Star Wars? Because you clearly know your stuff. I am not a fan of Game of Thrones. Just haven't watched it, or you don't like it. I'm just curious. You gonna join me for the live stream stuff? I'm gonna try. I got a new mic. I got microphones, mic stands, a new camera, and I'm gonna do straight up live reaction Sunday night with my sister. Got everything set up. Tomorrow I might demo something on the new setup just so I have it down, because I don't want to like get it going Sunday night and mess up and then like I miss my own reaction of Game of Thrones. So might do that tomorrow, but regardless, Sunday I already put out the thumbnail and the promotional thing. Boop, 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 boop. I haven't played any Star Wars games in years. You know why? They don't make them like I am. But the ones I did play, I remember vividly because they were so awesome. Yeah, you should beat some stuff up. What? You should test some stuff out. What's up, everybody? I can't really type, but I'm listening on my drive home. Hey, what's up, Ray? How you doing? What up, Ray? Is Ray coming back for Easter? Ray will be home for Easter. He will be reacting. Just so you guys know, Brother Ray that I talk to all the time, or talk about all the time, will be here on Easter Sunday. So if there is a Game of Thrones on Easter Sunday, which I'm hoping there will be, I hope they don't take a week break after week 1. But if he is here, well, he will be. If it is there, we will be reacting to it. If my husband is at work, then I'll definitely be joining your live. If my husband is at work, then I'll definitely be joining your live stream. What up, Ray? Can't real type. Alibaba. So I'm just thinking, if you're 22 now, that means you must have been either you played those games recently or you were really young when you played those games. Because I was going to say, did you ever play one of my favorite Star Wars games is like the original SNES side scroller Star Wars games. They were so true to the movies that like, even though they're like, 16-bit, they were like really good games. And then Nintendo 64 actually had the Shadow of the Empire on Nintendo 64 was pretty fantastic for its time, I thought. Like the grappling hook on Hoth. I thought that grappling hook level, I'm pretty sure I played it 1,000 times just because it was like the coolest Star Wars like related thing I can remember being able to do on a video game. I'm sure they'll show the second episode on Easter. Very good. I hope they do. The Star Wars games and cartoons were good enough to hook the later generations into the franchise. Oh, shit. That's seriously old. Never got a chance to play those. Yeah. That is how old I am, Alibaba. No, I'm guessing the age you were when you played Unleashed is probably the age I was when the SNES games came out. That's pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's how the aging works right there. I don't know if the link will work, but will work here. But check this out when you have a free hour. I don't know if the link will work here. I don't think it did, unless you didn't send it yet. Oh, link to one. I don't know. But if you do, I mean, you can just tell me what the title is. Oh, I did send it. It won't come up then. I don't know if I have to undo something. What's the title of the video? I'll just look it up. It's A Link to the Past. I can only hope. Imagine a Star Wars in the format of A Link to the Past with Link to the Past. Link to the Past. Maybe my favorite. No, it's not. It's in my top 5 though. A Link to the Past is in my top 5 games of all time. I cannot say it's my favorite. Star Wars, The Force Unleashed, the movie, all cutscenes only. Alibaba, I thank you. I will watch it. The Gaming Library channel, 67K subs. Got you, buddy. I will definitely check that out. I might even react to it. I'm wondering how that would work. If I reacted to all the cutscenes, would I have to edit it? Or no? I don't know. That's interesting. I'm going to try it. We're going to see what happens. But either way, I'm going to watch it because that actually, and you're saying that's the better one, Alibaba? That's like, in your opinion, that's like pretty much the better of the Star Wars games. Well, probably the only ones I could watch cutscenes that are worth it, I guess. Definitely interested. I actually haven't seen, I know Steph is probably completely bored by this because she is not a Star Wars fan, but has anybody seen, I haven't still not seen the animated anything. I haven't seen any Star Wars animated stuff. As big as a fan as I am embarrassed to say I don't know. I'm not a fan of animated. You guys know this if you watch me, even though I reacted to every animated episode of Love, Death, and Robots in a week. I'm not usually an animated fan, so I never got around to it. And I didn't think it'd be canon, but I know one of the animated series is actually canon now to the universe. So I might, no, I not might, I do have to watch that now because I need to know. As far as cutscenes from games go, I think The Force Unleashed is the only one. Clone Wars, the only one that would be worth watching as a movie, that is. Gotcha. Alan, Clone Wars is the one that's canon? Because I know there's like the Resistance that's out now, which also might be canon because it's newer. It's got to be, I mean, I would assume because it's Disney. But there was another one too. Who was it? There was the Clone Wars and there was another animated one. The Rebels. Is Rebels canon? Or is Clone Wars not? I felt like Rebels was canon and Clone Wars wasn't. Or I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't seen either. I think I watched one episode of Rebels and it wasn't that I hated it. I just never finished. I never even started, I guess. Here's the fun trivia. The main character looks were based on Sam Witwer with his voice, of course. Really? He's the I'm quite aware who Sam Witwer is because he was the movie trivia Star Wars champion, or still is maybe. If you Google Sam Witwer, he moved on after those games, Boa, and voice of Darth Maul and Clone Wars. Okay, yeah, I did know that too from his thing. Did you know about that, Alibaba? He's on a show I watched called Movie Trivia Schmodown, and he was like the Star Wars champion, or it might still be. Oh no, I think he got beat by that younger kid. There was like a younger kid who was a little awkward, who I think beat Sam Witwer, or Sam Witwer quit. He might have just relinquished his title because he was too busy. He sometimes streams himself playing games of Twitch 2, Battlefront 2. Yeah, he's a real. It's funny because you see him and he's totally not the type of guy you'd think would be like a Star Wars nerd. But I mean, I guess look at me. I'm like a bearded, sleeveless shirt most of the time wearing guy, and I'm the biggest nerd ever. Ask bands, but Clone Wars is and whatever came after it. Okay. If you Google Sam Witwer, he sometimes shares, why aren't you the Star Wars trivia champion? Dude, if you watch Alan, if you want to see some crazy people like Alibaba, you seem to know a lot about like lore and stuff, but have you ever seen some of these trivia guys? I thought I knew a lot about Star Wars. Like granted, I don't know about the games and stuff like that. And a lot of the book stuff, I don't know about it. Like the older book stuff, like Heir to the Empire and like Rise of the whatever. I don't remember all their names, but like the Timothy Zahn series, stuff like that, I'm pretty familiar with. The comic book series, the Dark Horse comics, stuff like that. Gaming, not so much. But if you watch one of these Star Wars trivia shows, they'll literally ask questions like, in the 80th minute of A New Hope, what plane shot at the closest planet to the Millennium Falcon? And these guys will literally be like, instantly buzzing like it's an A-wing. It was definitely an A-wing. And then like sometimes they'll be wrong and the guy will be like, what are you, stupid? It was a Y-wing, you idiot. And he's like, oh my God, that's right. How did I forget? Like they're like ridiculous. Like they know stuff and like they insult each other. Like when they are wrong, like they'll insult each other and the guy getting insulted will like be like, you're right. I totally deserve that. I should have known it was a Y-wing that shot closest to the planet at the 80th minute by the Millennium Falcon. Like crazy, crazy stuff. It is even for a crazy Star Wars fan like myself, the things they answer are crazy. They know like every commander's admiral's name, like people that you see in the backgrounds. Like I thought I was nerdy for knowing all the names of all the bounty hunters on the ship in the original trilogy. That is like you're like that's like, oh great, you know that, yeah, real good, buddy. Like you're nobody if you know them. Like I was like, I know the bandage guy is Dengar, and I know IG-88 is they're making a show out of him, but apparently everyone knows them now. But that they know some crazy trivia. I know Sam Witwer. He was in Battlestar Galactica. Oh, really? He was in Battlestar Galactica. He must have been young because he looks like yeah, I guess so. He looks like he's like around my age now. So he must in Battlestar Galactica, he had to be like in his early 20s, mid 20s. Ah, that sounds like some serious fanboy trivia, roasting each other over some small details. Yeah, it's all in good fun, obviously. They're not like get out, you peasant. Like they're all great dudes and they're all like very, very into their craft of trivia. It's funny though, because the guys that are Star Wars maniacs, when they go into like the general knowledge, usually they're horrible. Like I want to say all three Star Wars guys that are at the top of their game in Star Wars trivia, like when it comes to general movie knowledge, they're like at the bottom of the barrel. So it's like they basically have to get lucky to compete in the general trivia. But other than that, they are the greatest Star Wars trivia guys. Like one of the guys that was he's either the ex-champion or the new champion. I can't remember who is current, but one of the guys actually just wrote a book. Excuse me. One of them actually just wrote a book. His name is Ken Knapsack, and he is one of the commentary guys on Collider News. He just wrote a book called like Everything You Need to Know About Star Wars. And it's like pretty thick hardcover book that he just wrote from cover to cover himself because he knew so much about Star Wars that he just poured out all his knowledge into like a book. It's like 1,000 pages long, cover to cover. Crazy stuff. So that's how, and he's one of the ex-champions of the trivia or current champions. So the fact that guy could write 1,000-page book off the top of his head shows how much knowledge this dude has. This is why I hate Disney. People don't know their shit. People you're describing should have been hired to keep Disney's fan fiction in check. Example, Sam Witwer had to tell Disney that they're morons when they were making Solo movie. Disney almost gave Darth Maul the old episode 1 lightsaber because they forgot. I totally feel like I heard that before, Alibaba. See, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Collider News, but Collider News actually has a weekly show or a daily show, or at least once or twice a week, called Jedi Council and The Rule of Two. And both shows are basically focused on Star Wars. Jedi Council is all Star Wars. Rule of Two, I think it was mostly Star Wars, but they talk about all this kind of stuff. And Sam Witwer is friends with them, so he comes on often. And I feel like back when this happened, they had him on as a guest and he was explaining this. And I totally agree, Alibaba. How do you not get like fans? They'll probably do it for free. I always thought that was crazy. Like, sorry, guys. Like if you called me, like, I don't know nearly as much as these guys, but I feel like I definitely know a lot more than the people involved in the making of the movie. If you watched enough YouTube videos of people that are bigger than me and know their stuff and show they know their stuff, then be like, hey, you want to be involved in the production of Star Wars? They would probably all run and like fly there on their own dime and work for free just to be part of it and just to make sure it is done right. I never understood why like movie companies don't do that. If I was like a director, I would be like, yo, I want as many of you. I mean, I guess they can't for the sake of spoilers and like leaks and stuff like that. But then like just get 1 or 2 people that know their shit that will swear to secrecy with like contracts and stuff. It happens all the time. Look at like Tom Holland. Tom Holland is a highly paid actor now, and he spoils everything under the sun half the time. So what's the difference if you hire a nerd like us that knows his shit and like helps you with the movie? you're just as likely to save spoilers as having Tom Holland. Yeah, like, I don't get it. I totally agree, Alibaba. Yeah, there's no excuse for Disney's ignorance. Nothing can excuse it. I heard some apologist shills saying it's hard and leaks, whatever. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. To me, it's a no-brainer. Like, unless they just want to have big names attached, or the big names that are attached are like, I will not work with YouTubers or people that are of no importance. I don't know. Somebody up top is preventing it, but I feel like on every comic book based movie or every franchise that has gone 30, 40 years, they need some kind of specialist to fact check them on everything. Because like, even like, look at Marvel, like they've had, I mean, they're not horrible, but they're also not perfect. They've had slip ups in the timeline and stuff like that. Like, wasn't it Homecoming or something? I think it was Homecoming where they like messed up the timeline. And within like minutes of it being seen on footage, 100 fans notice. So if 100 normal fans can pick that out, then get one of those fans to be your fact checker. You won't have mistakes, guys. I totally agree. Totally agree. Sam is actually older than me and Ray. Is he really? I just saw that, Alan. Roasting each other, blah, blah, blah. This is why I hate. I just missed that one comment for some reason. Sam is old. I mean, damn. I guess he looks good for his age. He looks like a pretty young dude. But then again, I haven't seen him in like a year or two. I mean, not that you age that much in a year or two, but Whitwer is 41. He keeps in good shape. I mean, I guess I thought he was around my age. I guess that makes sense. I will probably look similar to this at 41. And if I shave my face, I look like I'm 15 years old. So, or at least I'd like to think I do. Oh, I don't like to think I look like I'm 15 years old. That's kind of creepy, but. I challenge you to keep something in mind as you watch the Force Unleashed cutscene movie. What am I keeping in mind, Alibaba? I will take the challenge. The secret of youth is extensive Star Wars knowledge. I definitely want to know what Alibaba's got in mind, because I'm probably going to watch that tomorrow or maybe tonight. Oh, what time is it? 10:30. See, I don't have much to do. Out of curiosity, have any of you watched my K-pop videos? I did that first one as a joke just because it was trending. And oh my God, I'm pretty sure I have more comments on my K-pop videos than anything I've ever done. I have more views on other things, but the K-pop videos, oh my Lord, I think I got like freaking 280 comments on them. Alan, if you want to get a laugh, I did reactions to 2 or 3 K-pop videos the other day. I had nothing to do. I told someone throw a reaction at me and they said, "Kill This Love" by Blackpink, K-pop group, just dropped and it broke the YouTube record for views in a day, 24 hours. Broke the record. So I reacted to it. It was kind of funny. Do some Baby Metal reactions. What is Baby Metal, Steph? Is that a group? Is that a K-pop group, or is that like a form of music? The first thing I picture was babies headbanging to heavy metal. Imagine if instead of their bullshit sequel trilogy, okay, Disney literally took the screenplay from the Force Unleashed game, slightly expanded it with filler, and made it into a film starring Sam Witwer. Imagine if instead the bullshit sequel. Now, Alibaba, when you say the sequel trilogy, I'm assuming you mean the one we're in right now, that 9 is the final one, or do you mean the prequels? The sequel trilogy. Because everyone thinks of them in different order. I'm just trying to make sure I am clear. And just consider that however canon, yes, the sequel trilogy, 7 through 9. Okay, that's what I figured you meant. That makes sense. And you said it correctly. It's just some people don't say it correctly. Some people go, no, the sequel trilogy is the original trilogy because the prequels were the first trilogy. But even though technically they're a sequel, that's not how I view them. But okay. And just consider that however canon breaking that movie would end up happening, Would it have been 1,000 times more epic and better than the Disney sequel trilogy? All right. I will definitely keep that in mind. And having not seen it at all and having episode 9 coming, so we pretty much see the path that 9 is going in, it would give me basic knowledge of what I would like better. So I will keep that in mind, Alibaba. I appreciate it. Haha, don't look it up. Just find one and do a reaction. Oh, baby. Oh, that might be a good point, Alan. Maybe I don't want to know what baby metal is. Alan, do you know what baby metal is? I'm curious if it's like a mainstream thing that I've never heard of. Alibaba, just out of curiosity, how long is the video of all the cutscenes? I didn't look it up yet. I'll look it up in like after I'm done with this. But how long is the video? Because I'm curious, like how long of a reaction it would be if I react. 52 minutes. Should I do a reaction, Alibaba? I probably should, right? I feel like I wouldn't have to chop that up. Would I have to edit that? I've never done a reaction of a bunch of cutscenes together. I'm wondering if that's fair game or if I have to chop it up. Because it would just be like me reacting to each one individually, but all together. I don't know. I always get weirded. Like whenever I'm not familiar with a way of reacting to things, I always get paranoid that I'm going to waste millions of hours editing. Well, all you got to do now is add ASMR to your repertoire. Yes. 52 minutes. I know what baby metal is, but I don't really listen to it. But it's apparently something people love or hate. Well, Steph, you intrigue me. I'm not going to look it up. I'm just going to react to baby metal after this. I'm going to do baby metal, and then I'll probably watch the Star Wars one because I don't have any episodes I have to do, and I don't want to jump into anything like too time consuming. But 52 minutes ain't bad. That's like less than an episode of The Wire. So maybe I'll do that. And I don't know if I probably wouldn't even have to edit it. And maybe now that I think of it, what I'll do is just in case they do copyright it, I'll just break it into 3 parts. If I break it into 3 parts, it'll be 18 minutes a piece. That way, it also break it down where people could react. I mean, could watch it in pieces rather than sit through a whole hour of crap with me. I feel like even when I put an hour video, that people like it better in parts because like if they're in a rush, they could watch part 1 to conclusion and know that they left off on part 2, as opposed to getting through like 20 minutes and being like, now I got to remember where I left off on that video. I feel like the parts work so much better. And everyone else seems to agree, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I actually love baby metal. It shocked me. I'm going to definitely have to check out baby metal. I mean, the people who uploaded the cutscenes probably don't have the rights to them either, so I don't think anyone will care about a reaction to it. It's not far from just playing the game. Let's play vid. Oh, you're right. What am I thinking, Alibaba? You're right. If they posted it, it's not their stuff. It might get copyright claimed. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I probably said it in videos before, but if you put a lot of the content in, sometimes they copyright claim it, but let you use it. Then you just can't monetize. And honestly, I don't care about monetizing, so it ain't a big deal. Yeah, I see a lot of people. I mean, even if one day I wanted to monetize, then I'll just monetize the videos of me doing stuff like this. I wouldn't go through the videos with people's content and monetize it anyway, just because like it wouldn't make sense. I see a lot of people compile cutscenes from the games to make essentially a movie of the game. Definitely split it up into 3. We watch PewDiePie. We know all about YT and monetization. Oh, okay. Ha ha ha. Yes, PewDiePie. He probably makes a couple $100 a year. I watched a video on how PewDiePie is worth almost $200 million from YouTube. That is insanity. I don't know. Has he hit 100 million yet? I was watching the race to 100 million with PewDiePie. He was at like 98 million when I last checked. He might be there already. I don't know. PewDiePie. The funny thing is, I'm not a subscriber of his. I've watched his videos and stuff, but it was like one of those things where like nothing at the time interested me that he did. And like whenever something comes out, it's like it trends. So I like watch it. I might be. I don't think I'm subscribed to him though. I could be his 100th millionth subscriber. He's at 90. Oh, 93 subs right now. I could have sworn he was at like 97. Did he go down? T-Series being about 100K behind. And so Alibaba, did he go down? Or am I wrong? I thought he was at like 93 mil. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he was almost at 97 million or 98 million. Maybe I saw 92 and I thought the 2 was an 8 because that was like a month ago. He must have been at 92. And for some reason, I thought the 2 was an 8 or something. Or maybe I thought the 3 was an 8. I don't know. Unless he went down a lot of millions, but that's not likely. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe I saw 80,000 or 80 million. And I remember when the T-Series thing, that's when I saw it like a month ago when the T-Series caught up to him. They're like, it has surpassed PewDiePie. And then like an hour later, it was like, nope, never mind. I tried to watch him once and made it about 10 minutes before I had to turn it off. His voice made me want to break something. I'm more of an Angry Joe kind of girl. Angry Joe might be my favorite reaction. Now that you reminded me, I have to go into my email. I joined the Kickstarter Angry Joe did to get the Street Fighter board game thing. I literally got the top level ultimate package, which was like $400. And it was supposed to come in March, which just came and went. And I haven't checked my emails in a while, or I checked my emails, but like it might have went to spam and I didn't get my game yet. If it's delayed, that's fine. But I hope they didn't like send me an email asking me a question for like my address or something. And I forgot. RIP Jay's money. At least I know it's Angry Joe. If it was like some bogus channel where I'm like, oh, forget that. But Angry Joe seems like a good dude. And if I missed the email, I'm pretty sure I could get to him. I'm more of a Prop Joe man. Well, Prop Joe is definitely my boy. Prop Joe is in my favorites. I dig Prop Joe. Talking about The Wire here. Prop Joe is, whenever I see him, he just brings a smile to my face. There's always good time. Well, not always good times, but always a good reaction when Prop Joe's around. Street Fighter board game. Yeah, Alan, I got a tabletop Street Fighter game. Angry Joe created and made it. He got the rights from Capcom, did a Kickstarter about a year ago, and it was like for 120, you get the board and a couple characters. For 180, you get like a couple more. The top of the line one was like $400, and you got every character in the original Street Fighter, and then like 4 from Third Strike, 4 from 4, 4 from 5. Like I think I got like something like 30 or 40 characters. And they're 3D made characters with all the rights from Capcom. So they look pretty friggin' awesome. When it comes, we will all play it, Alan. Ray will come. We will visit. I mean, it should have been here by now, and we could have played it on Easter. But apparently, that is not going to happen. Joseph Johnson with the Prop Joe comment. I feel like you comment in the Wire stuff, right? I believe I've seen your name in comments before. I do read the comments. If I don't answer them all, it's because I can't catch up. There's so many. But I feel like I've seen that name, Joseph Johnson. Sounds familiar. But yeah, Street Fighter board game, tabletop game, Al. Roll the dice and throw a medium. Yeah. It's like you roll the dice and it either has kick, punch, special move, or super or something like that. Like the dice are set up just like a tabletop game. And you literally go around the board and you got to strategically plan, or there's like different modes where like you're all against Bison and stuff like that. I checked it again, and to be honest with you, should watch a much longer version of the cutscene based the Force Unleashed game movie, one with some gameplay mixed in. All right. I got you, Alibaba. The one linked has no gameplay and is kind of devoid of action because of that. I get what you're saying. So it's just like one. I said, because I get what you're saying, Alibaba. In most games, the cutscenes are after the action and the battle. Is that what you mean? So basically, if I just watch the cutscenes, I miss the battle and the point of it. I'm guessing that's what you mean. Go for a 2-hour-long movie and you'll enjoy it a lot more. So if you didn't hear what I said, Alibaba, because you were typing, basically, it would be like when you're in Final Fantasy, it would be like beating Sephiroth, and then you see how Sephiroth dies, and you're like, why did that even happen? I don't know. There is This is a quality with 5 million viewers. Okay. I'll definitely do that one, Alibaba. Star Wars The Force Unleashed game movie. I mean, if you just want the story, usually the cutscenes are okay, unless there's a lot more dialogue. I kind of dig what Alibaba's saying, though. I kind of would want some gameplay in there, so I get it. I also would like to see the quality, even though it's a much older game. I'd like to see what happens. To this day, I still dig, like, even though it was horrible, I still think like original SNES Star Wars games had like cool scenes and stuff like that. Like, it's just fun to watch stuff like that. Like, I watch Angry Video Game Nerd do run throughs all the time on like old Mega Man and stuff like that. So I definitely would not mind some actual gameplay to see. Did you ever watch any of Blind Wave lightsaber fights? I saw one once and it was really cool. I watch Blind Wave all the time. I saw their cooking with Blind Wave and stuff like that, but I don't think I ever saw the lightsaber fights. Actually, I might have. I've definitely seen dudes do lightsaber fights. I just don't know. My favorite Angry Video Game Nerd vid. I don't know. How many of you guys are Angry Video Game Nerd fans? Sometimes I'll just put them on as background because I love the sound of old NES games and stuff like that. I just love the feel and sound and the mood it puts me in. It brings me back to good old days. But favorite video of his, I'm trying to think. He did a great one on Earthbound recently. He does great ones on movies now. I don't know if you guys have watched him recently or you guys are fans, but he does a weekly rundown of 80s movies in what looks like a remake of an old mom and pop VHS rental store. And they are amazing. He did like Mac and Me, Roadhouse, like Predator. He does all 80s movies and they're amazing. Look up Blind Wave Ferocity and you'll see the fight I'm talking about. Definitely check it out, Steph. Is it older, Steph? Like, around when did that come out? Because I do think I've seen a lightsaber battle thing on some sort of YouTube. I just can't remember who did it. And it could have been them. If the do they up the quality of the video and it's like pretty well done? Because if so, then that might be what I'm thinking of. I'll be frank, this game lives up to its title. The Force Unleashed, literally, as you watch it, you'll notice just how cool the story and action would look on the cinema screen. Alibaba, you're definitely hyping me up. I'm not kidding. Even though you're saying it's like closer to 2 hours now with the full thing, I might watch it after this because I'm totally in the Star Wars like frame of mind right now, and I definitely would dig some kind of Star Wars stuff. Not really into animation mode, which is why I don't want to watch the Clone Wars or anything. And there's a lot more to watch. I could watch this thing and like you said, it'd be like watching a movie that was never made. He was doing his Cinemassacre thing even before. Oh, was he? Then I must have not caught that, Alan. I didn't realize he was doing that a while. You should check out Radio Cutman if you like NES music. Cousin Chris introduced me to that, Ray. I'm almost positive one day. Yeah, he did. He definitely did. I was telling him how I like to just like sit back when I edit and listen to music. And he gave me like a lot of like 80s, what the hell is that called? Synth, like 80s dark synth type music, and then video game stuff. That was Radio Cutman. Definitely saw Radio Cutman. This video says it was posted 6 years ago. Damn, that was a while. Maybe they did newer ones too. I'll definitely check it out though, Steph. I don't want to spoil anything, but there are sequences that will blow your mind. Things will never shown in the original movies. Definitely digging. Alibaba, just out of curiosity, I could look myself after this. Dark Wave and Synth Wave. Thank you, Alan. Would I say Dark Synth? I mixed the two. I said Dark Synth, and I meant Dark Wave and Synth Wave. Alibaba, did anyone else react to those cutscenes? I'm curious if like people posted the cutscenes, but since it's an older game, I'm wondering if anyone reacted to it because I'm going to do it either way, but I'm curious if I'll be the first one to react to the Force Unleashed cutscenes. Just out of curiosity for myself. I definitely dig me some dark wave stuff though. Like Chris gave me some great channels that I would just like literally just zone out and kick back after a work day, have a couple drinks and just like zone out. It was good stuff. What would you consider Radio Cutman? Is that like, I know that was like video game music, but it was kind of like in a dark wave, synth wave kind of sound, wasn't it? Or am I know he definitely introduced me to it, but I might be thinking of the wrong guy, but I'm pretty sure it was like old school gamer music done in like an 80s dark wave type sound. That's why I keep looking and I'm like, why is Pikachu not showing? But I totally centered myself. I totally forgot. I don't know if you guys want to talk about anything else. I saw Hellboy last night. Hellboy was I told my brother Ray, dark. It was like literally reminiscent of scenes from Hellraiser, the horror movie. That's how dark Hellboy got. Like, I'm talking, not really a spoiler, but ripping the flesh off of people's bodies. Not just once, like a lot. I just YouTube searched it. I see some people reacting to parts of it, like, oh, Dark Side ending of The Force Unleashed, sequel game reaction, but nobody react to all of it. I saw Hellboy, blah, blah. Yeah, all right. Then I'll be I'm going to do the whole thing. We'll have a full reaction. Did you ever see Hellboy? Oh, did you ever see Hellboy on Wheels? Did you ever see Hell on Wheels? I suggested it on one of your Deadwood videos since you said you liked Westerns. Steph, I did not see that comment because I'm behind on comments, but one of my good friends has asked me to watch that a million times way before I did YouTube. And I have never watched Hell on Wheels. It's one of those that I want to watch, but I always forget. But Hell on Wheels, I have heard it's one of those weird ones where I don't think a lot of people have seen it because everyone I know that's seen it loves it, but I don't hear it come up a whole lot. I feel like it's just like not seen by many people, but everyone, that's one of the shows that like whoever has seen it, like no one says a bad thing about that movie or TV show. 8-bit remixes. Yeah, that's what I thought, right? I saw Hellboy 2019 about 6 hours ago. Do you like it, Alibaba? I was like, honestly, not digging it in the beginning. It was kind of without spoiling. No spoilers, guys. I'm just going to like the plot. I thought the beginning started slow and it was a mess. But it was all over the place. They'd be like, we got to find this guy. Here's this guy. We got to find this guy. Here's this guy. It was one of those linear paths where it's just like, we got to do this to get to this, to get to this, to get to this. And it just continued that way. But then about halfway through, it got crazy, action-packed, dark, but still was, in my mind, still kind of a mess, even up to the end. But I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. I'd recommend it if you're looking for, it was like a Rampage type movie. If you're looking for like a lot of action with some crazy nonsense, then it's worth a shot. Let's see here. I'm getting comments now. Retro Game Audio was a good podcast about guys talking about how old school music was created and showcases some really good chip tunes from obscure games. Retro Game Audio was good. I'll check that out. Any predictions on the upcoming season for Who Dat Nation? I'm from Baton Rouge, by the way. Any? Joseph Johnson, I would love to say that the Saints, I mean, we're talking sports now, guys. Briefly, I'll talk to sports because Joseph Johnson is in the house. But, I don't want to jinx the season. But after the last two seasons, how much worse can it get? I don't see us not making the playoffs, and we can't have more devastation like we've had in the last two seasons. Who can end two seasons back to back so horribly? The only one comes to mind is the Buffalo Bills back in like the 80s, or was it the 90s? It might be the 90s. Was it the 90s? Yeah, nine. I don't know. It was. I can't remember right now, but it might have been the 80s into the 90s or the late 80s. But oh my God, like, besides losing 4 Super Bowls, I can't remember a worse thing. At least they lost them. They lost the Super Bowls. The Saints got cheated. Well, all right. The Vikings wasn't a cheat. The Vikings was just a horrible coverage play by the Saints. But last season, makes me cry. But if it wasn't for the Saints getting ripped this season, guys, we wouldn't be talking right now. Because I made this channel because the Saints got ripped and I just despised football for 2 weeks. But yes, I think they did a good job adding some people and keeping some people, and I see the Saints going the distance again. Our division went from like one of the most crazy. I mean, it's still a good division, but the other teams in our division have definitely deteriorated. Haven't seen Hellboy yet. Worth watching. I was interested in Shazam 2. Seems like a fun movie. Shazam was a lot of fun. I didn't know anything about the lore or anything. I've never seen Shazam. So honestly, I didn't know anything. If you're a fan of the comics and stuff, I don't know how well it relates to them. But Shazam was a lot of fun. Hellboy, a lot of fun. If you want silly, stupid action. Need to bleach my eyes after after TLJ. Oh, the MB4. I'm losing abbreviations. Need to bleach my eyes after The Last Jedi. And what is TROS? The Revenge of the Sith. Sorry, abbreviations get me. I know so many movies that people abbreviate that I get lost in different lore. I'm assuming that's The Last Jedi and The Revenge of the Sith. The Rise of Skywalker. The Revenge of the Sith. Am I even saying that right? The Revenge of the Sith. I see. That's what I'm saying. Isn't The Revenge of the Sith? So that could actually be. I don't know. Or am I saying that wrong? The Revenge of the Sith. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. It was a good show, but it's one of I've always kind of forgot about too. Even though, see, Steph, I feel like Revenge of this. Oh, there we go. Revenge. I'm just thinking it wrong in my head. I'm thinking The Revenge of the Sith. Okay. True. Rise of the Skywalker. Need to bleach my eyes after and before. What are you feeling, Alibaba, though? If it's going the way it looks, do you think Rise of Skywalker will be good? If it's going the path we've just seen from the trailer, do you have hope? Do you have a new hope? Star Wars Revengeance. I'm not sure. Yeah, like Steph, I was going to say, going back to Hell on Wheels, I feel like that's how Sons of Anarchy is. And isn't that the show that came on after Sons of Anarchy, towards the end of Sons of Anarchy? I feel like Sons of Anarchy is one of my favorite shows ever, but I forget about it all the time. It's like one of those easily forgotten shows. And I feel like Hell on Wheels was on the same station and around the same time, and I never watched it. Same with, what is it? Mayans. The Mayans, or the Mayans. Is that the spinoff on Sons of Anarchy? Love Sons of Anarchy. Mayans came out, and you'd think I'd jump on the bandwagon. I just like never even watched an episode because I'm like, I saw the end of Sons of Anarchy. Do I want to get back into another Sons of Anarchy? I don't know. Star Wars Revengeance. I wish you put me on with a microphone on Discord. I'd be willing to discuss Hellboy with you, spoiler free, of course. For the folks that have yet to see it, I got opinions. Alibaba, if you are, I'm assuming you've subscribed at this point or have been subscribed, because maybe I will hit you up and you can teach me how to go about that, because I'm probably going to end this video somewhat soon. And I don't feel like getting into it. I'm a subbed 100%. I'm trying to think of how I get a hold of you. I think my email is up there. If you want to email me your info, and I'll email you back, and then we'll figure something out, because you definitely seem like someone I could relate to and someone I'd like to just debate and talk to in general. You're only sub 40%. See that, Alibaba? Lifelong friend, Alan. Known him probably 30 years. No, not 30. Well, damn, Alan. I've known you like 25 years. He's only 40%. I've still not sold Alan 100% on my opinions. 25 years in. So at that rate, by the time I'm 80 years old, Alan will be on board 100%. I'm old and tired. Alan, you have failed this channel. Alibaba, just out of curiosity, have you been a subscriber, or did you just find me on this today? Because I don't think I've seen you in comments, but unless it was recent, because like I said, I've had a hard time keeping up on comments recently. What do we got here? Rick Zunat. I'm trying to see if that is a bunch of words in it. You like it? The Walking Dead I do like The Walking Dead. Yes. I do feel like a lot of seasons in the middle definitely slacked off, and I did stop watching it. I was one of the people that stopped watching Walking Dead for a while. I think I jumped back on last season, not last season, but maybe the end of the season before, like season 8. I did give up on Walking Dead. I was one of those people that gave up on Walking Dead, and I was like, I'm not going to catch back up. And then somebody told me something that got me back in. I don't know what it was. I can't remember. It might have been the Negan bat crushing head thing, but I don't know for sure. All I know is I definitely think they're going back up. I'm not, well, as far as Walking Dead's concerned, I'm not 100% back on the bandwagon, but I watch every week and stuff. I'm just, if you notice my reactions, even last season that just ended, my reactions on Walking Dead, I would skip weeks because I'd be like, I don't even feel like reacting to this because like I lost faith and hope in Walking Dead, so much so that there were certain episodes I didn't even bother reacting to. The Pike episode I reacted to because people in advance said like, dude, I saw you've been slacking on the reactions, but you need to react to this. And since I reacted to the Pike one, I was like, might as well do the finale. And so I did the live stream thing. But Herrick Zuna, that is an answer for you. First I've seen from you. Welcome, welcome. Feels old man. Oh, snap. Here we go. I found you by YouTube searching by live stream and keyword Star Wars trailer. Wanted to see what people think of it. See, Alibaba, that's actually why I did this. I actually usually do live streams at 7 o'clock. I jumped on at 9 o'clock because I was really busy at work, totally missed it, watched a bunch of trailer reactions, and I myself jumped on YouTube to see people talk about it, and there was no one talking about Star Wars. So I was like, maybe I'll just do their live stream soon, like now instead of never, and I will find people to talk to because no one else is talking about it, or at least no one was talking about it when I started this. So I am happy I did it because I found a new friend. So thank you, Alibaba, for joining. And I'm happy that you found me. See, that was one of those things. You probably would have never found me if it wasn't for that. Didn't your mom and Chris's mom get all back into it last year? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened, Alan. I think my mom has always watched it. And my aunt watches it. So I think they're probably who got me into it. Or back into it, I should say. I gave up on Walking Dead a while ago. It seems like they were making the same season over and over. I'm still watching Fear. Steph, they definitely did do that. That's why I kind of stopped. I definitely stopped watching because it was literally like, we're in a new town. We got to find this. And then someone dies. Like every season felt like they were sacrificing another main character just to like keep you guessing. But it was like, oh, big freaking deal. I totally get it, Steph. Had my family not been still watching it and stuff, I would have probably never got back into it. It's just my sister watches it a lot. She watches Fear. My mom watches both. My aunt. So it's like I kind of just by default heard the conversations. It's difficult, I know. Name in honor of my grandpa. Well, I honor your grandpa too. Is that like a nickname in honor of your grandpa, or is that like a last name? It is a hard name to pronounce, unless that is like some sort of like, it almost like you capitalize the H at the end. So I'm almost wondering if it's like exclamation at the end, like Herkaza or so, zoo. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it there, bud. Zifan, hello. If you're still here, I definitely seen you in the comments. What do you comment on, Zifan, if I'm saying that right? I definitely have seen you in comments. I feel like I've even talked to you, or at least commented on your comments. But I cannot remember what exactly because I do a lot of different stuff. Happy I clicked on this live stream too, buddy. Where you well, I don't want to get too deep into anything. What's your email that I could use to get in touch with you for the sake of future association? It's on my thing, so I don't mind saying it. It's the letter J, Masters, my last name, MASTERS, the number 9 at gmail.com, buddy. You feel free to email me. It's on my channel anyway, so it's not like that's something I shouldn't be announcing on the thing. And no one really takes advantage or blows my shit up. So yeah, email me something, bud, and I'll definitely talk to you. I definitely enjoy a good chat with a fellow Star Wars fan, and anybody that wants to help me further my channel with things like Discord and stuff, I'm always welcome to advice. Oh, but maybe it's not up there. Well, if it isn't up there, then I don't care if it's up there. So there you go. No one else needs it anyway. So feel free, my buddy. You need to set up Viewmaster's accounts on Discord. I need to set up a lot of things, Alan. I barely just got a Facebook page up. I didn't do Twitter. A lot of people are saying I got to do Instagram. I have never done Instagram. So I'm like, I know I probably should do it. And my channel's growing pretty quick from what I gather from people, but it would probably grow so much quicker if I had Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. I am just not the savviest person with social media. And it's so hard for me to already keep up with everything I'm doing along with my 2 jobs. I work 2 full-time jobs, guys. So it is rough to be. I mean, I enjoy this aspect, but having to set up social media and like keep track of everything. And I dig the comments. I love talking to people and doing stuff like this, but it is rough to maintain all this. I don't think I've ever slept so little in my life. If you guys ever notice, sometimes I'll do videos and I look like I'm like dying or something. It's because I probably slept like an hour that night. But like I said, I don't feel like pressured into doing this. I see some YouTubers go like, guys, I got to take a break, blah, blah, blah. Like I look forward to doing this stuff. So if I'm lacking sleep, it's by my own fault. And I could stop whenever I want. I just choose not to. They are milking The Walking Dead with 3 series, 3 future movies of Rick instead of Breaking Bad. Quantity over quality. What is your Discord, by the way? I don't have one yet, bud. That's what we're kind of talking about. I haven't started a Discord yet. I've done Discord on WoW and stuff like that with friends, but I got to set stuff up. 70 views, and most of them are last 4 weeks. Yeah, Alibaba, I started 2 months ago. I'm brand new. I sorted your videos, but mostly popular all within the last month. You're definitely growing. Yeah, Alibaba. I literally started January 28th. I drunkenly threw up a Wire video reaction for my brother. If you watch my first episode of the first season of Wire, season 1, that is the first thing I ever did on YouTube. I literally have a little box in the corner. I didn't even set the imaging at 1080. It was like 480p. Like it's a little box, horrible distortion, horrible audio. I think I even forgot to put my mic down. So it was pretty bad. But that was my first video little over 2 months ago. And then I just started rolling things out, up in the quality. My brother helped me with thumbnails, started doing crazy things, and it's become this. I feel like it's growing pretty fast. I don't know what to compare it to because I've never had a friend or anyone do this. But based on what I've seen other channels, like I feel like I like Tyrone Magnus I watch. I've been watching him for like 5 years or a while. And I feel like even people like that grew very slowly. Like certain things, they would go viral and they pop. Like I remember I just watched Tyrone Magnus's reaction to the new Star Wars trailer. And he actually said a thank you, saying that the Force Awakens trailer reaction is what catapulted his channel into like the millions. I think he's at like 2 or 3 million now. He literally said that like the Force Awakens, he attributed that trailer reaction to being the biggest success of his channel, like statistically wise, I guess, based on subscribers. My guess is that he got that video out pretty damn quick. Like yesterday was a good example. Or was it yesterday? No, it was like 2 or 3 days ago when the Pokemon casting trailer dropped. I was like the first guy to get that out, or like, I mean, not the first, obviously, because I saw news, but I was one of the first, maybe like the first 2 or 3 reactors. I just happened to be sitting here. I refreshed the screen. It said like 30 seconds ago, Pokemon trailer dropped. I immediately jumped on, reacted, edited as quick as possible, threw it up. I only saw one other reactor have a thing up when I launched mine, and it got like 2,000 views in like 12 hours or something like that, or 24 hours. The fastest trailer reaction I had. I also have the most subscribers that I had, but I'm thinking based on that, it also has a lot to do with how quick you are and how like what kind of content you're doing. But I'm also getting bigger. So as I get bigger, I'm assuming I'll obviously get more views just in general. Just loaded up the Discord app and click add server. Very easy to set up. Oh, well, I'll do that later so I don't mess up this whole thing. Ray's good at the thumbnails. We call him Thummy Ray. It's going to grow even more once season 8 of Game of Thrones starts. Thanks. Days ago, the Joker trailer reactions catapulted many channels. Choo choo, and away the hype train went. See, I think my Joker trailer came out late, maybe. I might have been one of the quicker ones. I don't know. But my Joker trailer doesn't really have a lot of views. My biggest trailers recently have been Yesterday by the Beatles one. That's my highest trailer one overall. But Pokemon is quickly gaining on that. I think Pokemon's going to be the biggest. But it's like I go out of my way now. If I anticipate trailers and I know they're coming, I try to like get the jump on them just because I'm smaller, like a smaller channel. Like Tyrone and Magnus and people like that don't have to get them out right away because they could wait 3 days and people anticipate watching them specifically. So once you're that level, you could do whatever the hell you want. I noticed Blind Wave waits a couple days. The normies wait a couple days. Tyrone and them did get their Star Wars ones out quick, though. I guess because Star Wars is that big, they wanted to get them out quick. What did you expect from the third movie and closure of the current Star Wars trilogy? We were talking about this earlier. What do I expect the third movie? I expect, based on what I heard, this is like we talked about it earlier, that the theory I heard that I believe most is that, now follow me on this, and if you've probably heard it if you watch theories, but to sum it up quickly, Empire Strikes Back scene where Luke got his arm sabered off by Vader, falls down the hole when he's leaning, goes down the hole. Later on, Palpatine electrified, Vader throws him down the hole. The theory is that Palpatine didn't die, that he stopped himself from getting thrown into oblivion, and while down there, found Luke's arm floating in space, took the arm, cloned Rey using Luke's arm. That is the theory I heard that I see at this point being the most plausible based on the fact that we heard Palpatine laugh. We see Rey going to the Death Star that is now at the bottom of an ocean on a planet, so to speak. And I don't know. I just dig that theory. Whether or not I believe it so much as I dig it, I don't know. But I definitely dig that theory. And right now, it is the best theory I could hear and I could think of. I honestly, now you guys could give me your thoughts on this. I honestly hope that Luke's not dead. I feel that either way we will see Luke, be it in a Force Ghost. We're definitely going to see Luke Force Ghost if he's dead. But J.J. Abrams has hinted a couple times that Luke doesn't have to be dead. He could do whatever he wants. And just because we saw him vanish, he could have just they can make anything up they want. They can have force powers that we haven't seen. We've seen force powers like Leia floating herself to the ship. She never, as far as we know, she never had force training. I think they said that some people taught her some things or something like that, but they could do anything they want. For all I know, Luke is still alive, and I really hope he is. I don't even care if they give us some back-ass story why he's alive. I don't care. I'm forgiving of things that I really want, and I really want Luke to live. I cannot believe to this day that they did not give us a actual Luke Star War, like a lightsaber battle. Like they gave us a fake fight when he was a hologram. Spoiler alert if you didn't see Last Jedi, but I cannot believe they didn't give us a last meeting between him and Leia. Some people are like, well, they did. They met in the cave before he walked out. He said his goodbyes, but he said it as a hologram. What kind of heartfelt goodbye is that? That you have hologram Luke say goodbye to Leia. They didn't even embrace or touch. And then he goes out to what looks like certain death. And then he's not even really there. I don't know. That to me hit harder than anything. I don't hate on The Last Jedi like a lot of people. I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. It looks visually cool and it had its moments. There were certain parts I dug. There were certain parts I didn't at all. I thought the Canto Bite casino thing sounded like a great idea. And then it was basically a huge waste of time with a story of Rose and what the heck's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? You know who I'm talking about. I feel like that was just a big bunch of wasted time. But I'm going on a rant now. Let me catch up to comments. What did you expect? Yeah, timelines matter a lot if you care about new views and viewers. You put out a ton of content, so I'm sure it'll help the channel grow. Yeah, I tried to put out as much content as I can, as much variety. It is a hit or miss. You can't fool the chaotic ways of YouTube algorithms. They fool you. Yep, that's true. I've learned the hard way on those. Luke is a Jedi and a ninja. That's just OP. The Last Jedi had no lightsaber clashing together during the events of the movie. The only time it was flashback. Yeah, I forgot about that, but someone did point that out, that there were no actual lightsaber, right? Because even when Rey and Kylo were in the throne room of Snoke, they never actually clashed sabers, right? They just used force powers. I don't think they ever clashed sabers. I think they used force powers to knock out the Jedis, stuff like that. I don't remember sabers clashing. What about the fact that they had him plot to kill his nephew in his sleep? Yeah, that's really consistent with his character. Yeah, kind of forgot about that. Thanks, Ray. No, I'm just joking. See, people were defending that. I agree with you, Ray. No more Luke in the Future trilogy. Too old. In the Future trilogy, yes, but they still could bring him back in this last one and then kill him off. I don't care if they kill Luke off in this one. Just give me my saber fight. I want to see, but who's even going to fight now? His nephew? Like, it's already Rey's story. Like, now it's like, I want Luke to end on a better note, but it's like, unless he fights Palpatine. Imagine that. Imagine Luke isn't dead. If Palpatine actually is alive, because people are saying Palpatine could be a Force ghost. But the Sith can't be Force ghosts, but they can do whatever they want. So let's say devil's advocate, Palpatine comes back. Then I cannot see them not bringing Luke back too. And then imagine Luke and Palpatine. He avenges his father. Palpatine killed his father. Wait, no, he didn't. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Palpatine killed his father. He electrocuted him. So even though Vader killed Palpatine, that was his death. So by default, Palpatine killed Vader. How crazy would that be if Luke avenges his father and he is still alive? They're both still alive. I don't know. I am a sucker for nostalgia, and I think that would be amazing if Luke came back and fought Palpatine in the end. I mean, we could have the whole Rey and Kylo thing going on too. We could have Lando flying around with Chewie and helping out the battles. But I want nostalgia. They're ending the Skywalker saga. It's called The Rise of Skywalker. I don't know. I'm assuming they don't mean Luke, but I could have my dreams. That's why I believe you'll find the Force Unleashed cutscenes satisfying. Both lightsaber and insane force powers were represented there. Meanwhile, Disney 2 movies in had you're right. Horrible. No more Luke in the Future trilogy. Too old. Like, a lot of people are like speculating that Lando will die in this too. Because it's like Han Solo was shown and he died. Leia dies. Luke dies, as far as we know. Oh no, Leia's see me and did I hit my mic? No. Leia isn't actually dead in the movies, right? Unless I'm forgetting something. She did come back and she escaped with Rey at the end, correct? I honestly, I've only seen The Last Jedi once. I watched The Last Jedi in theaters and never watched it again. Like I said, I didn't hate it, but I didn't care to ever watch it again. So I'm going off of what I remember from the theaters on a movie that I already disliked because of the ending. But I'm pretty sure Leia got away at the end. She's alive in the movie. Okay, that's what I thought. But is that in the trailer that we saw, is that like her send off? Like something happens, like she dies, so they just gave her a little bit? Or are they going to have like Leia meet Luke in some sort of like Force Ghost type thing? I don't know. But I feel like they're going to definitely still use Leia. I'm sorry. Mary Ray Sue battling Kylo Ren was a fan fiction, fan-made choreography of two Padawans And in The Last Jedi, it regressed further. No lightsabers clash at all. Yeah, that's what I thought. The only way to top it is if in the episode 9, no lightsabers are ignited. The trailer debunked that, though. The only way to top it is, yeah. Yeah, no, that would, I mean, I can't believe I never realized that in Force Awakens there were no lightsabers, but you're right. The only lightsaber, the biggest lightsaber moment I can remember from Force Awakens is Han Solo getting cut through by Kylo, which was, I'm pretty sure I cried in the theater. I think I like sat there and was like, they're not gonna do it. That's not gonna happen. Oh, killing off Han Solo by his son. Are you kidding me? The hell does that shit? Still not nearly as hated as much as Luke Skywalker disappearing, floating on a freaking mountain rock. Horrible, guys. Horrible. But guys, I think I'm going to end this one because I've been on for 2 hours and I kind of want to watch this Force Unleashed thing. So, I mean, all fans wanted is Luke Skywalker doing some serious lightsabering. I know they totally raped my soul of Luke Skywalker's stuff. Palpatine comes back and resurrects the Senate too. I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't go down some weird path where like they waste a bunch of time on shit we don't want. Palpatine coming back is awesome, but just jump right into the action and explain, like sum it up quickly. Sum it up quickly, what his whole plan was, what his job was, and then we'll go from there. That's why I love the prequels. In a weird little way, the fan service was insane. See, I don't hate on the prequels either. I don't hate on any Star Wars movie. If I had to put one at the bottom, it would probably be the prequels. I even think I like The Last Jedi a little better. But like I said, I don't hate on all of them. Some of them to me are just like outside the universe that I originally loved. So based on that, I don't hate on any of them. They're just like the prequels I look at like a different set of movies and like so on and so forth. But Anakin versus Obi-Wan, you got it. Even Dooku versus Anakin was awesome fight. I don't know if that was intentional, Alibaba, but as soon as I read that, I think of Home Alone. Anakin versus Obi-Wan, you got it. Like McAllister's father. I'm the father. This is Kevin. This is the father. I don't know if that's what you meant, but that's literally what's in my head right now. I'm not going to get it out. What the hell does he say in the movie, though? Credit card? You got it. Yeah, that's what it was. Credit card? You got it. Oh, I don't know if that's what you meant, but if you capitalize it, so that's the first thing I thought of. On that funny note, though, guys, I'm going to call it quits. 2 hours in, I think I got the most of what I wanted to say. See you, dude. Alibaba, great talking to you, dude. Email me and we'll talk. But as far as the rest of y'all, I appreciate it. Steph, if you're still here. And Herrick Zuna, I keep probably butchering your name. If you're still here, dude, I appreciate it. Take care. Quick confirm if you got an email from me. Let me check real quick just to make sure I got your email. It's there, brother. I got it. So I got your email, Alibaba. I will respond to you. Night, everyone. Take care, Steph. Steph, I will see you on Game of Thrones Sunday. Anybody who wants to watch live reactions, 9 o'clock Sunday, Game of Thrones. I have new equipment, so hopefully the mics and everything work out and we have a good time. He's the Nigerian prince who needs to get money out of the country. What? Who's the Nigerian? Oh, Alibaba. All right, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Peace.